Welcome again to Switch Fight Win podcast. We discuss, we debate, we talk about all things Nintendo.
Yes, and today we are debating the top 50 out of the top 100 Switch games that are on our list based off of the best user scores, the best critic scores, and the most popularity. We're ranking it through an algorithm, seeing what the algorithm spits out, and then debating what games we feel like are possibly out of place.
Yeah.
So we have some users that sent us in their favorite 10 games as well on the Switch that we'll be reading, comparing those. But as well, if you want to drop it in the live chat, your top Switch games, or in the future, send them to us on Twitter, Discord, and Instagram. Now we have an Instagram. Walk the Plank Gaming, and we will always read those on the shows. We love this being a community show with your guys' opinions as well.
Darn right.
So, should we just jump right
Let's
into
go.
it? No
Let's
more finagling around.
None.
All right. So, we're going to go 10 at a time and then stop for a second and see what ones may feel out of place.
Sounds good.
Number 50 is Overcooked 2. Number 49, this might be a surprise, is Tetris 99. 48, Tales of Vesperia. 47, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. 46, Dragon Quest Builders. 45, Yoshi's Crafted World. 44, Darkest Dungeon. 43, Into the Breach. 42, Puyo Puyo Tetris. And 41, Yoku's Island Express. Which one of those 10 do you feel like you need to talk about first?
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Okay.
What in the world? Come on.
45.
Come on. Hey, this isn't something that I've... the most I've done with Yoshi's Crafted World is a demo. Same for you.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing that stood out to us, either of us, about Yoshi's Crafted World. Based on some of the stuff that we've talked about in that last episode, does not belong here. Maybe, like 110 range. I'd say maybe you put it in there.
Out of the top 100 completely?
Not in the top 100. Okay. No.
Well, let me play devil's advocate. I agree personally. Personally, it's not a game I care about at all. But not every game is going to be directly made for me. There's plenty of games out there that are for other people. And other people really love this game. 80 critic score, 8.2 user score. This is on Metacritic. 80 on OpenCritic, 82% critics recommend it. And a 4.48 out of 5 on Switchlist app. So a lot of people love this game. And it's also based on popularity. And it has a 9.3 popularity out of 10. And pretty much that's just because it's a Nintendo exclusive. Yeah. So all those games have really high popularity. Yeah. But, to be fair, Kirby Star Allies didn't make the top 100. Nope. Mario Tennis didn't make the top 100.
Nope.
And Yoshi's Crafted World made the top 50.
Sheesh. I think you're right. Obviously, there's games that just don't appeal to us. Like I was talking about the last one. Octopath Traveler is just something that did not speak to me. I believe, at least last time we talked about it, Octopath was in our top 20. I don't have a problem with it in the top 20. It makes sense with the genre. I'm like, this is a game that I respect.
Okay.
This is not a game I respect in the least. No. Get it out of here.
But it's well made.
No, it's not.
And it has cool visuals.
That's the only thing that's cool. I would say that's what I thought you meant by well made. What else is it? What, like, cool visuals?
I think a lot of people like it as a family game. Like if I had a kid who was 7 years old, you could bet that I'd get this game and we'd be playing some co-op on it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I would guess Yoshi's Woolly World would not end up in the Wii U top 100 even. And the Wii U does not deserve even a top 100 because there's not a top 100 games.
Some people really like this collectathon style of game.
Whatever. Okay. You know what belongs here the most, I would say, though, is Tetris 99.
You do think it's a top 50 game?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that is the perfect spot for it.
49?
Yeah. Maybe the only other spot that'd be great for it is...
99.
There it is.
You're the worst.
But 49, I think, is a beautiful spot of where it belongs for how simple it is. It nails down what it's trying to do so well. I think it definitely belongs there. And obviously, I've talked enough about Overcooked 2. I think it belongs there as well.
I'm just shocked that Tetris 99 made it.
Really?
I'm not shocked because it's bad. I didn't think it would ever be ranked so high.
Popularity obviously is high because it's free.
Most.
I mean,
you have to have online.
What can you say? What can you say about it being bad? I mean,
I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's an excellent game. I think when it initially came out, I was like, this is really cool. Maybe it'll be barely in the top 100.
Yeah. But
it made it all the way to top 50. So I'm not saying it's not deserved. I'm just saying I'm surprised.
Yeah, I guess.
So, and I think part of it is there's not a ton to it. I mean, they've done tournaments and stuff, and I think they're going to add modes eventually, but they just haven't yet. So it's pretty...
It's something I keep coming back to, man.
It's fun. It's just narrow, I guess.
Sure.
And hopefully they widen it up.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
The other one I think of is Yoku's Island, being at 41. I think that's pretty cool that a just completely different Metroidvania pinball game is really high up on the Switch.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. So I like that. Any others of those?
I think touched on most of them.
Okay. I think Darkest Dungeon at 44 is... A lot of people would say that's too low. A lot of people are like, man, this is one of my favorite games.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm really interested. I haven't played it yet. I really want to. So, all right, let's jump into the next 10. Starting at number 40 is Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. So just the DLC.
Okay.
Made it to 40. 39, Axiom Verge. 38, Disgaea 5. 37, Wolfenstein 2. 36, Dark Souls Remastered. 35, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the Torna Golden Country. 34, Bayonetta. 33, Sid Meier's Civ 6. 32, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And 31, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Some tongue twisters in there, man. Jeez.
Not a lot on this list really stand out to me on this 10. Bayonetta 2, I think, is in a very good spot.
That was Bayonetta 1.
Oh, that was Bayonetta 1?
Yep, 34.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
I haven't played Bayonetta 1. It wasn't included in our GameFly cartridge.
Of Bayonetta 2, yeah.
Right. So I can't say anything about it, but there's nothing on that 10, I would say, that stands out to me as not being allowed to be there.
You think Captain Toad Treasure Tracker... I really just can't say Tracker.
Treasure Tracker.
Oh my gosh. We're going to be playing it this week, so we'll have a better opinion on it. But 32 for a game... That was a Wii U game, right? That just got ported over.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it also added some new levels and some stuff that was similar to Mario Odyssey. My big complaint with New Super Mario Bros., as we've talked about, is it says deluxe, and it's not deluxe at all. Where this doesn't even, it just claims to be a port. And it's still adding content consistently. I think I don't have a problem. It's not offensive having it there.
I think the one that maybe is really surprising to me would be the Splatoon 2 DLC.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people buy that game simply for the multiplayer, and the single-player campaign, the original one, wasn't that amazing to me. People are like, yeah, this is cool. But for whatever reason, people say the Octo expansion is so much better of a campaign than the original.
Interesting.
And I guess I just didn't like the original campaign enough to really care to get it, but I'm surprised that so many people actually do like it with, critic scores 82, user score 8.1. I think the popularity on it is even a 9.1 out of 10.
Jeez.
So a lot of people have it.
Wow.
And I just have never even considered it.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty interesting. All right, should we move on?
Let's do it.
All right. Starting at number 30 is Valkyria Chronicles 4. 29, Rayman Legends. 28, Cuphead. 27, Grease. 26, The Messenger. 25, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. 24, Inside. 23 is Doom. 22 is Ys. 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. I never know how to actually say that. 21 is Sonic Mania Plus.
Oh, man. Cuphead, that's cool. Having it as high as it is, man.
Yeah, came out just 2 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Already super hot game.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah. And I also didn't realize Doom was that high up. I'm excited to... I've never played a Doom game before.
Me neither.
Yeah. I think it'll be a fun thing to check out, especially with it being that high. That gives me a new love for it already.
I wonder if part of it is there's not many shooters on the Switch.
Yeah.
You got this, Wolfenstein, and like paladins in Fortnite.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure Doom's a good game. I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but I'm wondering if it's that high because people are like, well, what else am I going to shoot on the Switch?
Yeah. The only other one is Wolfenstein, right? I mean, it's on that list, right? That's an interesting choice as well to have this high. And I think that with such limited FPS support, I think you're absolutely right. Stuff that is slightly above average will end up that high.
Yeah. I think the one that I'm actually, out of those 10, most excited to eventually try is, I don't know how you say it, if it's Grease or Gris. I've heard it both ways. Gris. But man, that platformer looks just absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've seen a cooler art style in a platformer than that game.
Yeah.
And I know the platforming isn't like super in depth or like that amazing, but the story and the art just makes me really want to try it.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm excited for that one eventually. I hope it goes on sale. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Next 10 after that. 20 is Stardew Valley. 19 is Sonic Mania. 18 is Rocket League. 17 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. 16 Okami HD. 15 Diablo 3. 14 Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. 13 Splatoon 2. 12 The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Wow.
And 11 your favorite Octopath Traveler.
Whoa, wow.
Woo-hoo.
Sheesh.
A lot of stuff there. A lot of older games too. You got Diablo 3, which is what, like 7-8 years old now?
And Okami's probably a decade old.
Like, a decade at least. Maybe even 15 years. Stardew Valley's what, 5-ish years?
Rocket.
Sonic Mania is just pretty much trying to remake the original Sonics.
Yep. Donkey Kong Countries, 3 or 4, right?
Skyrim is also 8 years now?
Yeah. Oh, probably longer than that.
I want to say it was a 2011 or 2012 game.
Okay.
It was in high school for me, for sure.
You're right, 2011.
But I'm surprised. I don't know if it's because they've had so much time to kind of have that clout where everyone knows about it, everyone wants to go out and buy it, so it's getting more ratings, more popularity, and they're already amazing games, so you're not going to get on Skyrim and say that it's a 5.
Yeah, right.
It's at least an 8, a 9, or a 10 for most everybody.
Right. Very cool to have some indie support still up in here. I mean, it's transcended indie now, but Stardew Valley, as well as Rocket League, both games that start as indie developers putting out their stuff. Really cool to just see it transcend really the whole console industry. I just think it's so cool to have games like that, and really in an era, 10 years ago, I feel like it would be very unlikely to see indie games even as big as this really reach the top 20.
Yeah, I mean, Stardew Valley, everyone talks about it, but it's made by one person over many years.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most sold games of all time. And I must be rolling in the dough.
Yes. And I think really Minecraft is the one to start this crazy outpouring of indie love.
Maybe. I don't know.
And so
I think the one game that I'm not excited for would be Okami HD.
Really?
I know it's really well loved. Maybe just not my style. To be fair, I haven't played it. But I was like, man, this is so interesting that it's such a high game for a game that's, 10 plus years old now. So I went and I just watched some Let's Plays of it to try to get a feel of what's this game so hyped up for.
Yep.
And I didn't get it. I don't know. But maybe if I tried it, I don't want to say it doesn't deserve it because I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
But
on a good sale, I would buy it.
You've played it?
No, I said no.
Oh,
I said if it goes on a good sale, I would definitely pick it up.
Okay.
Based on interest of Let's Plays and stuff I've seen.
Fair enough. All right, shall we read some top 10s of our
let's do it.
Fans before we give the actual top 10 scores? Okay.
Good stuff.
So thank you guys for those who wrote in to me as I contacted you. First one is Starside News. This is at Starside News on Twitter. His top 10 was Zelda Breath of the Wild. Dark Souls Remastered is number 2. Smash Ultimate. Number 4 is Kamiko, which is an 8-bit RPG. I didn't ever know about it. Number 5 is Grease. Number 6, Super Mario Party. Number 7, My Hero 1's Justice. Number 8, Hollow Knight. Number 9, Attack on Titan. And number 10, the NES games you get from Switch Online.
Wow, okay.
So anything stick out to you from Starside News there?
The only thing that sticks out to me is that he doesn't have Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I know.
Really angry.
No Mario Odyssey. Maybe he just doesn't own it. Because I asked people,
maybe
your favorite top 10 games. So I'm assuming that's if you've played it.
Oh, sure.
Dark Souls, number 2. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I understand it. That's a pretty popular game.
Mario Party being up there too.
Yeah.
It's not. Is it? Wait, did it reached our top 100? Correct.
Yes, like just barely. I think it was number 98.
Yeah, man.
So it's top 10 on him, and then the NES online games.
That's odd.
That's number 10.
I like them. They're fun. But
so someone that really likes to go play those classic games. I guess.
Yeah. I'll take it.
After that, we had Bratz Boygi. Bratz with the Z, Boygi.
Boyge.
He says he doesn't have that many games, but his top 3 would be Mario Kart 8, and then Final Fantasy X2 and Bayonetta 2.
Okay.
So Final Fantasy X2, man, a lot of people love that game.
Yeah, I think that's a good like top 3 of stuff that you would just put a lot of time into. I think that's a fair list.
At Anthony SSBU said, I only have these 3 games, but this would be the order. Smash, then Mario Odyssey, then Mario Kart. So, Smash, man, his number 1 game. I feel like that's probably a lot of people's. This comes from at the Leaf San, or Leafs and.
Leaf Sun.
Leaf Sun. He said he only has about 10 games, but if he was to rank them, it'd be Super Smash Bros., Breath of the Wild, which... Yeah,
it sounds like you said Super Smash Bros. Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like it's
they're 1 game. No, those are number 2. Then Monster Hunter is number 3. Disgaea 5, followed by Stardew Valley. Oh my gosh, Stardew Valley. My Time at Porsche came at number 6. That was the most surprising one to me because it's a newer game.
Yeah, still
filled with bugs. He just says he loves it that much and hopes that they just continue to patch it. Number 7 is Cave Stories. Number 8 is Mario Odyssey. That's pretty surprising to me, all the way to number 8. Man. Followed by Splatoon 2 and Super Mario Party.
Huh.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. Interesting list. That Mario Odyssey is at number 8.
Yeah.
But I guess some people just aren't into Mario Odyssey.
Come on, it hurts, man.
All right, we got 2 more. This is from our Instagram. Thank you guys for following us on there. Walk the Plank Gaming. We have Super Matthew 64. He said... He gave me his top 10 in reverse order, so let me figure this out. Number 1 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, followed by Zelda Breath of the Wild, then Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, Cuphead is his number 5. The NES online games, number 6, another one with love for those old classics.
Crazy.
Even Mario Kart 8 fell behind that in number 7. Tetris 99, number 8. Deltarune, number 9. And Let's Go Pikachu, number 10. That's a pretty solid list there. I don't know what surprises you there.
He put Mario Odyssey high enough that I can respect him for it.
Yeah, so. Number 4.
Yeah.
So still below those other top 3 games there. And just above Cuphead and the NES Online. So then, last but not least, Figure 413. He gave me his top 10. Zelda, followed by Mario Odyssey, Hollow Knight, Darkest Dungeon, Octopath Traveler, Mega Man 11, Golf Story, Dead Cells, The Messenger, and Into the Breach. That's a solid top 10.
That I would say that's probably the best one.
Man, I'm like, if I owned all those games, those would probably be close to my top 10. All of those as well.
Yep.
So thank you, Figure 413. That's a pretty solid list. Should we get into the actual top 10 list?
Real quick, I just want to hear your number 1.
My number 1, my favorite. I think it is Super Mario Odyssey.
I'm in absolute agreement.
I know a lot of people are saying Zelda. Zelda is the best game. But I had more fun with Super Mario Odyssey.
Same, absolutely.
And I enjoyed playing it with my wife, Julia, as well. So,
yeah, man.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Should we get a drum roll here? The top 10 based on scores. Starting at number 10, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Dead Cells.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, SteamWorld Dig 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Bayonetta 2. 6, Celeste. 5, Hollow Knight. 4, Mario Kart 8. 3, Super Smash Bros. 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And 1 is Super Mario Odyssey.
There it is.
It's super interesting reading the written in from our fans, the top 10 versus this top 10.
Yeah.
And what I noticed the most, no one said a thing about Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, of course, this is a pretty small sample set. I think we read 7 or 8 from our social media, right?
Sure.
So, no Mario Rabbids. We had one talk about Dead Cells. I don't think anyone mentioned SteamWorld Dig 2.
Nope.
Did anyone mention Bayonetta?
I think there was one. Yeah, there
one
was
person.
Bayonetta.
No one mentioned Celeste.
Nope.
A lot of people mentioned Hollow Knight. I'll give them that.
Yep.
And then, of course, people mentioned Mario Kart 8.
Those
Super
are the
Smash
big 4.
Bros, Zelda, and Odyssey.
Those big 4. Yep.
Those are the big 4 that I feel like, yeah, they're everywhere.
Yep.
The one interesting thing, I forgot to talk about this in the other 20 through 11.
Yep.
Splatoon 2 didn't make the top 10.
Yeah.
But I go through social media just checking, things like hashtag Nintendo Switch, hashtag Switch, stuff like that, just to see what's going on. More than anything, I see Splatoon 2 just all over the place. People posting clips over and over. And I don't know if that's because of the phone app that has Splatoon 2. Is there like a way to like share clips or something from Splatoon 2?
I don't know, but I would guess that's not a very... I don't think that's why people are using it, though.
I don't know. It's just, that was surprising me. That was the thing I saw more than any other game, followed by Zelda.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And Mario Odyssey is just my bread and butter. It just fits so well in everything that I love about video games. And I think it deserves that number 1 spot for a celebration of what Mario has done for video games over the last 30 plus years. But of course, you can make that same argument for Zelda. So I think those are always going to be the most deserved top 2 Switch games. And it would take a lot for something to transcend those two.
And for those that are wondering, how did Odyssey come out on top? If everyone keeps saying it's Zelda.
Yeah.
Well, really, all of the rankings were actually very close. They have the same Metacritic score.
Yep.
Switch List, their user score is 4.72 for Odyssey, 4.84 for Zelda. The collections, which how many people have said that they own it on the Switch List app, is 1,800 for Mario Odyssey and 1,900 for Zelda. So a little discrepancy there. The biggest difference, though, is the Metacritic user score. Odyssey comes in with a 9, which I think is the highest user score. I could be wrong, but out of at least games that have a lot of ratings, 9. And Zelda Breath of the Wild only got an 8.5 user score.
Whoa.
Which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe there's just some people that aren't into the open world thing. We've talked about that last time. And so that's the reason why Odyssey just edged it out, but it's really close. Even stat-wise.
Whew. I think that's a very fitting top 10. Maybe the only thing I would take out of that is Mario Rabbids. Not enough love for it, I would say, from what I've seen and heard from people. But other than that, I think that's a very fitting. Just shows really that top 20 really shows the diversity of what you can get on the Switch.
Right. And we talked about this last podcast, but even reading the number 100 to 51, it was like, man, there's not a single bad game.
Yeah.
There's games that are like, maybe it's not for me.
Right.
But there's 100 really excellent games. And if we even extended this podcast out to do the top 200, I would probably say even most of those games, for the most part, are solid games.
Yep.
So there's just so many freaking good games on the Switch now. It's insane. I mean, that's why I'm saying it's such a hard for me to even get through the top 100 because there's just so many good games out there.
Yep.
I think even reading the top 50 today, it's just like, man, all those games I really want to play. There's only like maybe 2 or 3 that I don't have any interest in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh man.
The Switch.
All right.
I love the Switch. It's
yes, I love video games, but I hate them. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for joining us for this top 50. We will definitely be revisiting it again.
Yeah, so always send in your hot takes.
Yep.
You know, whatever they are, whatever they may be, we'll read them out for sure.
Yep.
And of course, Discord, Twitter, and watch these podcasts live so that you can listen alongside us and give us your hot takes as we're debating them in the moment.
Yep.
Super cool. We want to do that more and more.
Heck yeah. All right. Thank you so much, you guys, and we will see you again after a while.
Adios.